Welcome back to the farm, everyone. I know there was no intro scene today. Well, that's because there's a lot to get to, so let's get right to it. Today, here we are in year 3, July, on our farm, where we left off from last episode. And yeah, there's a link down in the comments below, in the pinned comment, and here on the screen as well for the playlist if you've missed previous episodes. There's a lot to do this time, and we need to get right to it, get to work. Mainly what we're going to be doing is contracts. I want to show you all the contracts that we're doing this month and how we're going to get them done. There's a few hacks that I've been using to do contracts in Farming Simulator 25, ways to make them easier, basically ways to make them easier and which ones to do. And we're going to be able to use, there's so many good contracts this month, we'll literally be able to use, I think, all of my contract hacks. So I want to show you all those. Also here on the farm, here at Guy Friday's Country Goods, we are working towards getting our store up and running where we're going to sell our goods, which is, of course, the point of the series, but we're not quite there yet. However, that's going to come later this year after we sell our first harvest, which is actually our first harvest will be next month. This month, we have some things here at our basic little greenhouse. We're going to be running this stuff. We're going to get to the contracts in just a moment, but there's also one other thing I want to show you guys. We got a new tractor. Remember our big orange ADCO tractor? Yeah, it's been a great tractor for the last year. But yeah, we found this since last episode. This Deutz Fahr went on sale used. It's got some hours on it. It's got not a whole lot. It had about 14 hours on it. And decent price, set the farm back just a little bit, but man, isn't it beautiful? And I think it's just what our farm needed, a nice, it's got more power, of course. It's got about 20 more horsepower. It's got about 290 horsepower, this tractor. Actually, it tells me right there on the screen, 287 horsepower. It's bigger, newer, flashier, more powerful. Everything for our farm. Yeah, very good stuff there. So I had the skid steer out. We're going to put this away. So yeah, the contracts, let's get to that. I want to get this put away. There's so much stuff that I want to do here in July. And yeah, next month is going to be our harvest. I want to park our skid steer in here. Well, see, this was on the trailer. I had this out doing a job. And we're going to need our trailer for, let's detach that because we're probably not going to need our hydraulic hammer. I had this out, and we're going to need that trailer to deliver those vegetables. But first, I'm going to show you all the contracts. So this month, there's so many great contracts to be done. So we're going to be taking both of these baling contracts, both of these cultivating contracts, and 2 of these harvesting contracts. So the things with these. Now, one thing we're going to be doing. So there's about, I mentioned contract hacks. Yeah, there's about 3 that we can use on these, which is like basically all the 3 I know. The point is, so one thing you can do is, if you didn't know, you can rent equipment for one contract if you don't have it, and you can use that equipment for other contracts. So for instance, that is a big harvesting contract, $16,000. Yeah, we're going to be making, I estimate, probably close to or over $40,000 this month just in contracts, which is great because we don't have any work to do on our own fields. So there's 4 harvesting contracts that can be done. These are big fields. Look at this. This is the biggest field on the map. We're not doing this one because, okay, so I avoid these. They don't pay well for the labor it takes. Look, $20,000. Yeah. It's the biggest field on the map, and it's a pea harvester. So really narrow work width. That's very work intensive. I'm not taking that. This is the one we're taking here. Now, we're taking this harvesting contract and this one because canola, right? Canola's easy, and we can use a big, wide harvester to do it. So as long as we're doing it, what we want to do is we want to rent this equipment. Notice it costs $1,000. Well, so does it. It does for this contract as well. So plan out your contracts and rent the one with the bigger equipment. So we're going to pay $1,000 and rent this equipment. And then we're going to do this contract and this one without turning it in. So we can use the equipment for both, and then we'll turn it in. So that's one trick that we're doing. It's very efficient. So what we're going to do is we're going to borrow items for this. Right. And then back down to harvesting. And we're not going to borrow. We're just going to accept. Yes, just make sure I know where we're going for these. Of course, we'll have them on the map. So then we're going to accept that. They're both canola, so we can use the same harvester. And that one gave us a semi-trailer, so that's great. These cultivating contracts, we're going to take these. Here's another little trick that I know of. First of all, oh wait, there's a third cultivating contract that literally just came up as wasn't there before. Okay, I don't know about this one. That's pretty decent. That's a big field. That literally just came up. That wasn't on my plan. All right, but these two fields are literally right next to each other. See, this field is right here, and this other field is right here. See that little triangle field right there? That's that one. Yeah, so these are right next to each other. Now, the thing with this is we don't have a cultivator, but what we do have is a disc harrow. And if you didn't know, it's not the exact equipment, but it does the same thing, which means we can use our equipment for this. We don't have to rent this equipment. So these are two easy fields right next to each other. We actually have a bigger disc harrow. See that tiny cultivator they want to loan us? No. We're going to use our bigger disc harrow, which is twice as wide. And disc harrow will work on cultivating contracts. And they're right next to each other. So what we're going to do is... Should I take those? Those are going to take up space on the screen. Yeah, it's not much. Let's go ahead and we want to go ahead and mark that we're going to take these. We're not going to rent the equipment. We're just going to accept both these cultivating contracts are side by side. Okay, we can only have 3 active at a time. Okay, didn't know that. Right, well, a month like this rarely comes along. Rarely comes along. And then we're going to take both of these baling contracts. We can't take them right now, of course. We'll have to take them in a moment here after we've already done some work. So there's a lot of work to get done. This one here, that's just, there's nothing to this one. This is just a big contract. It's just, yeah, 3.3 hectare field, square bales. We don't have a square baler, so we're going to have to borrow that equipment. That's just a big field. Baling contracts are pretty chill. They're pretty easy, pretty chill, you know, just pick up the bales. And then this baling contract, we actually have that exact equipment. That's the exact baler we have, and that's the exact tractor. We don't need to rent equipment for that. So anyway, that's kind of the gist on that. There's a few, so see, there's a few tricks we can do. We don't have a cultivator, but we do have this disc harrow. It will do the same thing on a contract. So what we're going to do is that is in the same direction as wait, one of those baling contracts is literally right across the street from us here. Yeah, but we couldn't take it because we can only have 3 active contracts. Okay, so we're going to drive this down to the store because that's in the direction of the fields that we're going to cultivate. So right, so we're going to take our disc harrow down there. We'll park our disc harrow at the store and get sorted with the, okay, so we got both harvesting equipment, or sorry, both harvesting contracts and one of the cultivating ones. And how does it say 3% on the harvested contract? It's probably been up there, but I just noticed it because I've been looking at other stuff. I don't know. I've never seen that. I've never taken a contract and then had it 3% done already. All right, well, we'll see when we'll get that sorted out. So I wanted to open up with that. So there's a lot of stuff to do this month, contract-wise, which is great because I just paid a fair amount of money for this tractor. I had to take out some more money in loans. I'm not exactly sure how much. This farm is doing okay. Here, where's it at? The only finances I've had to screw up, I've had to fudge 2 things. So we have $255,000 in loans. It's not bad, especially since this is going to be our big harvest year. We're going to be able to pay that back. That was a bad place to, yeah, what if the train had come? Yeah, the only 2 finance things that I've had to bugger with on that is I cheated in some money just to have a forklift down at the store because it's just so handy to have a forklift at the store to load things because I don't use auto load. I do everything on our farm. We load manually with equipment. So I cheated in some money just to have a forklift down there, which we literally only use it there, never leaves. That's fine. That's fair. And I cheated in some money to put a sleeping point because we moved the location of our farm, and so I cheated in $5,000. I didn't think I should have to pay it, honestly. I mean, I paid for literally everything else. I was like, here, I cheated in $5,000 to buy a sleeping point to put at our house because it didn't have one. Anyway, besides that, the finances for our farm here are all 100% on the level, which I like, and that's why I brought that up because I'm proud of that. So we're going to park this here because this is kind of the direction we're going with this anyway. Now look at this huge equipment we got for our contract. So this is awesome. We're going to make a lot of money this month. And next month, well, a ton of work next month because next month is our big harvest. Man, this tractor is cool. And a tractor like this just puts forth the image of success, I think. Yeah, our AGCO is cool. I love that tractor. But this one's got that new shiny look to it. I did pay a little extra, a couple thousand extra for the Warrior model so we could get the, I also got the green metallic flake paint job. Yeah, flashier than I usually do, but I thought it was cool. All right, we have got some big equipment to move here. Yeah, let's park our tractor here. I guess it's going to be shelved for this because, yeah, look at the stuff they got. I mean, we can just pull the header out with the harvester. We're going to have to find out where we're going. I think it's way down south, this field. Why didn't the truck start? What the heck? Is it electric? It must be an electric truck. Oh, weird. That creeped me out. It didn't make any noise. Yeah, it's an electric truck. I didn't know. I've never driven this one. Right. Hey, in America, trucks have big engines and spew black smoke. I didn't expect a diesel truck. Or, sorry, an electric truck. All right. Oh, I turned it on and the tachometer didn't move, and I didn't hear it. Anyway, we're taking this. I think it's big. I think it's a big field. Yeah, that's a big field. Oh, that's easy to get to. Jeez, that's super easy to get to. Yeah, I know where that's at. I mean, I think we might have to pull the map up when I get close-ish. We are going. Let me get my bearings here. We're just following this road up here. I mean, yeah, we just follow this road down and going to literally just the biggest field in the area to canola harvesting. When I got really excited when I saw these contracts. Oh, okay, go mail truck, go. I get really excited when I saw these contracts. You don't usually see so many high-paying contracts at once. And not only that, but, you know, several of them were big enough. And you always want to look for the stuff that has, if you're going to rent the equipment, you know, rent the equipment from the biggest ones. You know, this had this one, so we can use this semi and large harvester on the other one, which, you know, makes it easier. And really, the big ones, the bigger contracts with the bigger equipment, that is definitely a hack that you can use when you do contracts. Like, for instance, some of the contracts, like weeding contracts, and in this case harvesting, that have the large work width equipment, they pay more because, well, the field is larger, so they pay more, but the game doesn't take into account the fact that the tools you're using are bigger. Some of those weeding contracts give you weeders that are like 30 meters, like 90 feet wide, you know, and they pay proportionally more, but it doesn't figure in the fact that the tool you're using is the size of a freaking skyscraper. It makes it, you know, so I think per work hour you know, come out ahead and make more money because they're easy to do. Like, this is a really large field, but it's kind of the biggest harvester there is. So I think it was a CR1090 with like a 14-meter header, probably. I think it's what it is. I didn't really. Anyway, I'm all excited about that. Where's a place to park our equipment? You know where we should have gone. Yeah. We want to go on this dirt road back here, so we have room to park our equipment. Can I turn around in this grass, you think? Yeah, I think so. We're going to turn around here. We're going to park on this dirt road over here. That's a big field. But that pea harvesting contract, which pays more, is on an even bigger field. I don't do those contracts because that equipment, I mean, it's fine. If you want to do peas, I mean, I'm not all about just min-maxing. I play to have fun, but I'll just tell you, I mean, those pea harvesters don't have enough work width for me. I wouldn't have fun doing that all day. That said, I do like doing the vegetables, even though they're more work, so to each their own. All right, so we're going to leave the truck here. Wait, you know what's more important is room to stage the harvester, actually. We can park the truck up here and use that area there to stage the harvester. All right, I'm going to catch you right back to the store and grab the harvester. This is a large piece of equipment. CR11, sorry. Yeah, it's a CR11 harvester. I think it's the biggest harvester that New Holland makes. All right, and I'm just looking at the trailer there. All right, we're going to want to load the header from the other side, from the far side, I think. All right, very careful with this equipment. It's only rental. So we'll have to be careful with that. Man, this is a big machine. Alright, yeah, we're going to want to load this from this side. Very carefully. Where's the center of this trailer? I guess just right here. Yeah, right here, actually. Perfect. I think it's as good as it gets. Yeah, I had it right on. All right. Yeah, does it say how wide this this header is? 15.2 meters. Yeah, that's like a 60-foot header. Wait, is it? No, that's close though. I think it's close. It's probably like 50 feet or something. It's big. I think 60 feet is like 18 meters. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think so. All right. Wow. Okay, I keep zooming out. There we go. All right, so careful drive down to the field. Luckily, it's a really straight shot. We just got to get out onto the highway here, and then we just take that all the way down. And I didn't even see, though, I forgot about this. I didn't even see, of course, where we're delivering this. I didn't see that. I didn't see where the other field we have to harvest is in relation to this one. I'm going to have to find out. I'll look at that. Once we get up to the field and kind of get set up, we'll have a look where the other field is. I think I know it's north. Pretty much everything is north from here, but I think it's kind of north on the same side of the region. Well, we want to look for that dirt road. It'll be before the field. All right. Hopefully, we should have enough room. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we got enough room here to park this guy here. And get to work. Yeah, this is oh yeah, let's have a look where the other contract is. So our other harvesting contract. All right, so it's number 37. Okay, yeah, it's north of here. It's directly north, but it's not convenient at all. No, it's going to be a pain to get this equipment up there. But, I mean, we were smart to rent this equipment. And, again, we just want to make sure that we do both contracts before we turn in either one of them. That's kind of the trick to, if you want to use one contract's equipment for both, you need to have both active at the same time. And then not turn in either until they're both done. Look at that, just enough room. Man, this thing's a beast. This thing is a beast. All right, well, we get started with this. Big canola harvest. All right, so now that we got this going, yeah, so basically, so you kind of sum it up, now that, you know, we're now in the, where it's all downhill from here because we're already out in the field. So we got the two cultivating contracts, and yeah, I don't know exactly everything that you can use as something else, but for instance, we're using a disc harrow to do a cultivating contract. I know for a fact that works because I've done that. There are some things that might be picky on, you know. That said, I mean, to be fair, there's some times when they just rent you the wrong equipment. There was actually a contract I had 2 months ago, I think, here on this map, and it was to plant, what was it to plant? It was to plant, I don't know, a certain crop, but it gave me, I kid you not, I borrowed the equipment with that option, and it literally gave me the wrong planter. The equipment it had assigned to it, like, was wrong, and there was nothing I could do. I had to cancel it. Luckily, I did not take a loss. So what I'm saying is, like, sometimes it's not only picky about the equipment, sometimes it just gives you the wrong darn equipment. But anyway, cultivating contracts, you can use a disc harrow for. I would imagine for a plowing contract, you could use a subsoiler or a spader. I would imagine, though I haven't tried it. Let me know if you've done that and that works. I would think it would. Like, I would take a plowing contract with the intent on using a subsoiler. You know, I would be confident enough that I bet it would, right? Anyway, so one thing we're doing is we're using our disc harrow we already have to tackle 2 cultivating contracts or side-by-side fields. That's really good. And then here, let me, I'm gonna want to stop and turn around here. Well, not turn around, but just kind of back up. And yeah, with the baling contracts, definitely before you accept the baling contract, make sure it's square or round bales. I'm gonna bet that matters. Like, I can't say for sure. I haven't taken a baling contract and failed it because I made the wrong bale, but on the baling contract, on the product, it says round bale or square bale. I'm going to bet that matters. So make sure, you know, with the round bale one, because we have a round baler, we'll just accept it. The square baler one, we're going to borrow the equipment. We'll use our tractor because I like our tractor. We just got it. It's brand new. It's very cool. The other thing with contracts you always want to make sure of, here, and I'll stop so that I can show you what I'm talking about here, is always check. Oh, darn it, did it again. Sometimes when you pause it, you don't have a cursor. There we go. FS25 did that too. It's really annoying. Anyway, the time limits right here. I didn't know these were here at first. If you all missed them, now you know those are time limits. And they usually run through the month, but every once in a while, you will have a contract that does not last through the month. I know because I found it the hard way when I ran out of time while doing a contract, and I got penalized for it, and that's why I learned that. So check those time limits. They usually go through the month, but not always. I took one time, unknowingly, it only had like an hour or 2 left on it. I didn't know. And while doing it, the equipment literally disappeared on me, and I had to pay a penalty. I was not happy. And I think that's like, I wanted to explain all that. And I made sure to have that. That's why I didn't have a fancy intro or anything today. I just started the episode off by talking about that. I found that as a good opportunity to pretty much lay out, I think that's like all of my tricks I know for contracts. And I was like, oh great, you know, there's so many great contracts we can get done this month. I think that I can, and I'll have a video too. I really want to do more guide videos on the game, but I think that is like basically like all of the little tricks I know that you can do with contracts. I mean, more or less. And I was able to show them all at once because the contracts this month were so rich in contracts. I was like, wow, we can literally use like all of our tricks this month on contracts. Aside from simply just knowing which ones to do, you know, which ones pay the best. I mean, if you want to find the most payout for the least amount of work, then I think technically it's the weeding. They'll say either weeding or hoeing, and you want to look for the one that gives there's a certain tool here. I'll actually show you. I'll stop here. I'll actually show you which one. You want to go for right here under weeders. This piece of equipment right here, because this thing right here is 27 meters wide. If you see a weeding or a hoeing contract or whatever, and it shows that as rental equipment, then A, the field is big enough to warrant it, right? And B, it's 27 meters wide. Even on the biggest of fields, you know, that's like 90 feet wide. Even on the biggest of fields, that's only like one headland and like maybe 3 passes in the center of the field, right? And that's it. But it pays a lot because it's a big contract. So that's, I think, like, if you want to look at best paying contracts for the least amount of work, I mean, if that's your thing, then you look for those. I do that to an extent, but I also like to do contracts that I enjoy. I like harvesting. I like harvesting grain and vegetables, some vegetables. Depends what kind of mood I'm in. And I like the rock removal. I just like that one because it's fun. I just like banging rocks with the thing. That's why on our farm we actually have our own hydraulic hammer for the skid steer, because I like doing the rock breaking contracts. I advise if you do that though, you have your own trailer, because I mean they make pretty good money. It's usually like $2,200 or so for those. As long as you have a trailer so you can move your skid steer around on the map, they're pretty effective. Driving all the way there at 7 miles an hour, however, not so much. This is a big field, but yeah, there's one lap of the field. And let's see, how are we going to want to run this field? I haven't even looked at, yeah, obviously I'm not using the guidance steering. I don't find it necessary for this. However, we're going to pull it up so I can see kind of like, what are they recommending? They're recommending we go east to west. Yeah, I just wanted to see where their lines were going to be at. Why east to west? Doesn't it look easier to go north to south? Yeah, it does to me. Where are we at in the field? Alright, we're going to go north to south. Yeah. I don't find guidance steering to be necessary in this whatsoever. So we're just going to go down the west edge of the field here. Yeah, this is a pretty enjoyable contract. And altogether this month, yeah, I think we're going to come out around like 40 grand. It's going to be a lot of work, though. It's going to be a lot of work, but I mean, that's literally what you're doing when you're playing Farming Simulator, is you're farming. So, yeah, you know, the point of the game is to farm, so I don't see any point on missing out on work. You know, and that kind of goes into when you do contracts, it's not about doing the least amount of work for the most money. I mean, in the end, that's failed logic, because in the end, the point of the entire game is to farm. So as long as you're having fun and you're farming, that's all that matters, right? And that's why I always leave room for that logic. I say, you know, if you want to play this way, but the point is, yeah, taking shortcuts is pointless because farming, right? Anyway, this is about full. Where did we park that trailer? I thought it was... Am I lost? No. Oh, it's back there. Okay, good. Yeah. I guess the point as far as that goes is do the work that, you know, for the time you're playing the game, do the work you want to do. I don't do for instance, I don't do the wood transport missions because I'm not, I'm good with the cranes. I'm good enough with the cranes, but I'm not a fan of playing the crane game, you know. Especially since they lowered the pay from those. I'm like, nah, I'll pass on that. There are times, however, when I will do... Whoa, I accidentally hit the wrong controller, wrong pedal. There's times, however, when I will do more work because I find a certain task fun. Let's get in this position so we can drive the trailer up here. Alright. We got to go grab the truck. Now that we've gone around the headlands of the field, I think we can position the truck down here and just empty out in it every time we come back this way with the harvester. Well, it's a beautiful July day out here. 77 degrees. Hardly a cloud in the sky. Look at that. This contract is already 37% done. Now, this is some good equipment they gave us. I got in the truck and I started it up. I paused a second. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's electric. I don't know about electric vehicles. I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. I think semi-trucks are supposed to have big, long hoods and have loud, powerful engines. To be fair, though, I play American Truck Simulator, and I do prefer... And there's science behind it. There's a reason I prefer long trucks. I think long trucks handle better, honestly. Well, actually... They do. There's no doubt that long trucks handle better on the highway. A longer wheelbase obviously handles better in a straight line. I think they turn better, though. If you have a long truck, you don't have to make such wide turns. Longer trucks, yeah, you don't have to turn as wide. So that's also a fact. I like longer trucks. Also, America. We don't even have cab overs in America anymore. We stopped making those back in like the 80s. Man, this is some awesome equipment. I love using the big equipment they gave us. I like all types of farming equipment. Using big stuff is fun. Our farm, we still have pretty modest equipment, but we're working up there. We're working this way. Maybe eventually we can move up to a really large vegetable field. That would be cool. I don't know. Vegetables are very intensive, very work intensive. Having a field this big with vegetables, that'd be a lot of work. I don't know. We're going to find out next month, though, exactly how much work our veggies are, because we have a very small harvester. Oh, wait. I almost, yeah, we're going to run north-south, aren't we? Yeah, I got caught up talking there. All right, let's get to work. North-south here. We're already 40% done. All right, we're going to get turned around here, and then as long as we're at the south end of the field, we're going to come by with the truck. And here, let's park this here. We're going to come by with the truck and empty out the hopper. I actually didn't see how full it was, but I probably can't get another trip down the field out of it. Is it still running or not? Nope. Okay, let's just leave it running. Yeah, we should just leave it running. Okay, it is kind of cool though, because the only sound we hear is the rattling of the trailer. One of my favorite low-key additions to FS25 is the rattling of your equipment as you drive down the road. Small little things like that add so much atmosphere. You may not remember, but I mean, it's one of those things that's hard to even notice. But you know, in FS22, your trailers literally didn't make any noise driving down the road. Crazy, huh? This would have been a completely silent drive over to the tractor. It's weird to even think about. I'm so used to it now. I'm so used to my trailers rattling and banging around. It's hard to even believe that... all right, how full is this trailer getting? Okay, not very. All right, so we are going to leave the truck running. I mean, it's an electric truck, so is it really even running? I mean, technically kind of not. I guess we're just kind of leaving it with the switch turned on, right? All right, knock down the field we go. I figure after we're done with this field here, we'll go and do the cultivating, because we got that one active. We got both harvesting contracts active and the cultivating active, right? Because I thought we could just take them all, but, you know, obviously, right? But we couldn't. I think to change it up, we'll go do the cultivating one next. Because, honestly, I love our new tractor, and I want an excuse to drive our new Deutz-Fahr tractor. It's really cool. It's very cool. Yeah, change of pace also. This thing, we actually got to watch this when we turn around here, that we're not going to whack one of these signs. Wow. Honestly, I thought it was going to go over it. Oh, man, right as I was saying that, too. Well, it happens. Okay, it happens. I didn't worry about it, like, hardly at all in FS22, but I do hear, A, because, well, immersion, I wouldn't go knocking down signs while I'm farming, and B, in FS25, as far as I've seen, literally everything on this map stays, like, until you fire it back up. So that sign's going to be down forever until the next time I launch the game. So I try not to knock things over. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot I turned this all off because, well, it's such a beautiful day out here. I turned all that off, but I want to see how much space the truck has in it. Oh, the truck has plenty of space in it. Yeah, I just had this off because it's a beautiful day out here. Beautiful day for farming, and I do love doing jobs like this because it's clear, you know, it's easy to see where we've been. There's no readouts that we need to watch. I mean, we're just harvesting canola. You know, a day like this, you can truly enjoy the view and harvest. So we're headed back down the field for another trip down and back. The job I think that's going to be the most work is actually going to be that square baling contract, the one that, we didn't accept it yet, but it's the one we're going to have to rent the square baler for. I don't know how big the field is, but it's pretty big. The good part is it's a square baler. Square balers, you don't have to, I mean, I always take this into consideration. You don't require as much fuss because you don't have to stop and, you know, unload the bale. But those, yeah, that's going to be a fair amount of work on that field. It'll be fine though. I like baling. But yeah, that's probably going to be the most work intensive of all the contracts. Of course, I'd rather be doing work on our farm, but this is making a lot of money that we're going to need. And honestly, this harvest season, which is next month, we're going to get all of the work on our fields that we can handle because we have a very small harvester, which is only going to harvest one row of beets at a time. And I believe we're going to have to unload it into little boxes. We'll have to see how the harvester works. I haven't used our particular harvester. Yeah, the beet harvester that we have, I haven't used it yet. So I'll have to mess around with it. But it's going to be very work intensive to unload. And of course, it can only harvest one row of beets at a time. So it's basically going to be like, I don't know, 50 to 100 passes up and down the field with it. So I don't mind doing work on our own farm. That's good because we're going to have our fill of it come August. But vegetables like beets are so high yield that even with all the work it's going to take to harvest it, I am going to be loving every trip we have to make back and forth to silos just to store it. Yeah, the huge yield like that is just so awesome. Just watching trailer load after trailer load go into the silo, you can just see the profits coming in. Okay, this time I actually turned the HUD back on to see that, yeah, well, the field is getting shorter here, so we are actually good to make a few more trips down the field. You know what I'm going to do? If I want to not whack any more signs, and to be fair, that was the only one that I hit, let's take another headland off this field. Yeah, I just noticed that the field's getting shorter on this side. We don't have to... In fact, we can possibly finish the entire field. I mean, this thing's got a, what, 18,000 liter harvest hopper, it looks like, maybe. Now, one thing I didn't account for is, I imagine, now, FS25, you don't have as much extra stuff left over in contracts like you did in FS22, not by a long shot, but especially because of the size of this field, there is going to be extra grain, and we'll make... Possibly it could be a decent profit off that. Some money, you know, some anyway, that was not accounted for. That's cool. That's cool. It won't be like FS22 where if it was a harvesting contract, you could pretty much count on making the contract money again, you know, just in what was extra. That's not the case here, but we will have some left over. And yeah, I think we can totally finish this field outright on this hopper here. Now here's another thing with this field, with this contract, and this is not something that I haven't tested this, but I don't think this needs to be tested. This should be obvious, but it's something that you could overlook and not think about is before we deliver this grain, we want to make sure, I mean, in the interest of making the maximum amount we can make from this, we want to make sure that literally every grain of canola is harvested before we deliver it. Again, this is something I haven't tested, but I don't think it needs to be tested. Common sense says that once it's complete, it obviously won't allow us to harvest anymore in the field. So, and obviously anything left over is going to sell for our profit. So, but it's I said common sense, yeah, but it's also something that'd be really super easy to overlook. Yeah, is don't deliver any of it, or definitely don't deliver, you know, much. Don't let it complete, I guess is what I'm saying. Don't let the contract complete before you finish harvesting. That way it can't lock you out of getting the rest of the grain. Because, hey, we want to make some money too, right? I say that because, you know, and look at that, 98% full. We just barely made it. Yeah, because I said this episode I was going to share with you guys all of the, you know, contract hacks that I know to get the maximum benefit and, you know, etc. And that would be one of them is with the harvesting contract, get everything off the field before delivering any of it if you can. Now, hopefully this will all fit in the truck. If not, it doesn't matter because we are keeping this harvester for the next contract. Of course, yeah, we're not turning this in. We're keeping the harvester for the next contract. So, and it's also canola. So if there's grain left over in the hopper, no big deal. We're just going to carry it onto the next field and just carry over whatever's left. Man, that is so cool that they gave us the semi-truck. I mean, not only the CR11, that's awesome too, this huge harvester, that's incredible, but they also gave us the use of a semi-truck because we're going to make this whole contract in one single delivery to wherever the point is, which I haven't even looked to see yet. Wherever the delivery point is, wow, man, that is a big truck. That took this entire harvester load. Now, let's see where we're delivering this. I'm going to let the harvester kind of cool down a bit. Okay, so this is the, this one. Selling Station Farmers Market. You know, that's actually not inefficient because that is up. I'll show you where that's at. That's up by the other field you have to harvest. That's what I'm getting at. Here's the other field we harvest. There's the farmer's market. Yeah, so just go up. I think the easiest way to do it is get back on the road and keep going east. And then head north up that. No. Yeah. It's a long road. It's a long drive, but with big equipment, that's the easiest way to do it. Yeah. We'll probably pull the map out. Let's kind of set the map here on my lap and use it to navigate so we don't get turned around. But yeah, we're going to take this road all the way east, and then we're going all the way north. And then, you know, I do still want to do the cultivating today. Or at least one of them. There's a lot of contracts. Now, I knew I wouldn't get everything done in today's episode. Today's episode is possibly going to be longer. I figured that's fine. It's a great day to do work. There's a lot of work to do. I'd like to at least get, you know, I wanted to have this contract in there and at least get one of the cultivating ones in there. There's still, of course, so we're going to be taking, the 2 harvesting contracts, the 2 cultivating contracts, the 2 baling contracts. We're also selling our vegetables. We're making a lot of profit. We're going to pay back everything that we had to borrow to buy the new tractor and then some. We're going to come out ahead this month, which is great. And I didn't know that. I bought the tractor for our farm last month, I think. It was last month. There wasn't a whole lot to do last month. And what I mean is when I bought the tractor, I didn't know that we'd be making all of that money back. It's very fortuitous. So we're going to go up this way. And I guess we can take this all the way north. But I got the map out so I can see where it is we're turning. But it's a pretty... is this the right road, though? Yeah, this is the right road. We're taking this road all the way to... Oof. Okay, way up there. Yeah, I kind of blew through the intersection back there. That's my bad. Okay, I'll close the map. Yeah, I had the map out. It's distracting me. Don't drive while reading maps. It's not good. Well, we got a scenic drive anyway. But, I mean, seeing how long this drive is, hey, yeah, good thing we got a semi-trailer. That worked out really well. Really, really well. That, you know, we happened to have a semi-trailer to deliver it, and that entire field fit in one trip. I mean, just barely. I mean, look at that, 95% full. I mean, like, basically, huge, well-paying contract, which filled the biggest trailer to the exact amount so that it's only one trip, and it's right by another contract, which we can use the same equipment for. I mean, yeah, today couldn't have worked out any better. It's like, not really. I mean, I guess, okay, it could have worked out better. We could be harvesting that field, too. I mean, sure, there could have been more canola. I mean, as I say that, we drive past another canola field. Sure, it could have been better technically, but yeah, I guess that would have been better. We could have harvested that one on the way to the farmer's market. I wonder where the other one gets delivered to. I don't know. You know, we can check, though, just real quick. Is anyone behind us? No. Let's check real quick. The other one. Yeah, same place. That's convenient. That's super convenient. Across the wooden bridge with, yeah. How much you think this truck weighs? I'd wager this truck weighs at least 30, maybe 40 tons. Yeah. I'm not sure that bridge would be rated for this. Okay, farmer's market. We're looking for the sunflower farm. That's how I find the farmer's market. It'll be up here on the left. By the big, by all the sunflowery stuff. Yeah, so here's the sunflower farm. A very interesting place. I've never seen a sunflower maze before, but I guess that's what that is. Here's the farmer's market. And, is this an end dump trailer? Yeah, it is. I'm familiar with this trailer. This is a cool trailer to have. I like these. Very handy. Alright, now, we should make some profit off this, I imagine. Odd. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm looking at it. Okay, so yes and no. We didn't make any. I was trying to figure out what I actually just saw. Right, so we didn't make any money off of it because we have both canola contracts active, and the overflow from that, it actually counted towards the next one. So the next one already has so much delivered. Yeah, I was quiet because I was waiting for the money to go up. The money didn't go up, and then it said so much delivered for field 37. I had to like parse through that in my brain and be like, what did I actually just see? So we already have a head start on field 37, which is, let's pull up the map. Oh, literally right there. Okay, got it. Which means that we're going to finish field 37 earlier, which means we're going to have, yeah, whatever extra we would have had for that one, we're going to have in addition to this one at the same time. All right, yeah, we're going to park this right here. All right, back in our tractor. We are fixing to head out to cultivate a field. So yeah, we got, we only took one of the contracts, of course, because just checking up there in the thing. We could probably take another contract because we have, because, you know, we could only have 3 at one time. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out which way are we going. We're turning right here. We said we could only have 3 active. I look up there in the screen and one's gone. It's because it's done. We haven't collected on it, but it is done. We could probably take another one. But anyway, there's 2 cultivating contracts that we intend on doing, and they're both in the same direction. So we're going to go ahead and head over there, make sure no one's coming. Oh, maybe turn our beacons on so they can see us coming. Yeah, I wonder if we could start another one now. We haven't collected. Well, I'm hesitant to do anything that might force that one to go away, but there. Let's find out. We'd never know till we find out, so I'll be the guinea pig. Can we go ahead and... Okay, the other cultivating one is there. Then there's that one. May do that later, but first let's knock out these other ones. That one's going to be big, but this one we're definitely doing because it's right down the road. Accept contract. Okay. Okay. So now we know. All right. So 3 active means not only on your screen, but it just means 3 that have been started and not yet collected on specifically. Right. I thought maybe we could because it disappeared off the screen, but no. They don't trust that we can get all this work done in one day. That's what it is. They don't have any faith that we can actually finish more than 3 in a day, apparently. No, just kidding. It's just something, all right? So the field we're doing should be this field right here. Of course, we're going to double check, but yeah, it is, except I was thinking it was that one. It's this one. All right. Well, it's a good thing I looked. I was about to drop the disc on the wrong field. Yeah, it is this one, but it's specifically this one here. All right, yeah, this will be a pretty quick job, and they're paying us pretty decent for this, too. Well, let's see. Well, yeah, it's not the biggest field. It's paying decent. The thing is, you know, we've got our own disc. The cultivator they were offering us, to be fair, the cultivator they were offering us is about half the size of this one. So it's going to be a lot easier because we got bigger equipment. Now, this is kind of a cool disc. I like this one. We've got it because, well, it went up. It was for sale used, and I can't pass up a good deal. This was a good deal. But I've never seen a disc cargo like this. I kind of wanted to buy it just to see how it worked. It's really interesting, I think, because of the way that, well, just the way it's designed. You know, basically, our discs are basically like on huge, gigantic chain links, which allows it to flex. I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, once we get the headlamps down here, this is going to be an easy matter. I think this is, I think this paid, what, like $2,200? Not a whole lot, but this is pretty simple, straightforward here. Oh yeah, so check out the inside of our new tractor. It's pretty cool. This one actually is new enough to have monitors and everything else in it. Yeah, I actually feel like... Well, I mean, it is a new tractor. I mean, it's used, but you see it's got 15 hours on it, and we've put some of that on there. But yeah, it's actually a late model tractor, I guess would be the operating term there. Late model. As much as I like the old tractors, it's fun to have some modern conveniences. All right, this should be all we needed, all the work we need to do on the headlands, I assume. Do we have enough room that we can... yeah, but it couldn't hurt to have a little more room, I guess. We don't want to hit traffic, but... Oh, yeah, this is super quick. We can just go up into the field here. And this was pretty quick. Just about got this field. I think the next one's actually smaller. We'll see here. We're going to finish this. This is easy enough to turn around here. Yeah, this went super quick. Well, again, you know, I think the cultivator they wanted to rent us for this one was actually half the width of this. How wide is this? I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, ours is 8.4 meters. I think the one they wanted us to use was 4 meters. Oh, well, you know, like, had we rented the equipment, right? But what I mean is, I think ours is a fine size for this, but, yeah, anyway. This one's complete. Yeah, I like the way this works, because they're all on, essentially, like, chain links. The unit as a whole can kind of flex and fold up. It's very cool. Right, so anyway, this one we can go ahead and turn in. We just got to make sure not to turn in any contracts where we're currently using the equipment. But since we're not for this, cultivating, collect. That was the easiest $2,000 just about that you'd ever make. Now the other one, we may as well go ahead because we're going to head there right now. It's $1,800. So this one's actually even smaller, right up the road. Field 49, cultivating, accept contract. Right, we're going to go ahead and head up there. So left on the docket for today anyway. We're probably going to end this episode here, but we've got one more field to harvest. We've got one more field to cultivate. 2 baling jobs, easily enough done. You know, they're easily done, but one of them is a very large field. All in all, it's going to pay really good money. Now, let's see, where are we going? It's right up the road here, probably past this mill, I think. But also, we have our vegetables to sell. Yeah, we're going to be making pretty good money. Let me make sure I know where we're going here. Yep, I should have had the map up. We're actually going up this road here. Anyway, so there's still quite a bit of work to do. We're going to bring in this month quite a bit for the farm. And now I don't know what we'll be doing next episode. I don't know if next episode we're still going to be here. There's a lot of fun work to do. I mean, this is great stuff. However, next month is the harvest. It's going to be... That's going to be... well, it's going to be a big job. But it's going to be all on our farm, which is cool. Hard work on our farm. The first harvest of our vegetables. Yeah, it'll be the first harvest of our vegetables. What's all this up here? Are these just... rocks? Yeah, it's just a rocky outcropping. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get parked up here, get set up here. This is going to be, oh yeah, long narrow fields are super easy. Yeah, so we're gonna be harvesting, or sorry, rather cultivating this field. Quite a bit more work to do. It's been a great July, guys. Thanks for following along this episode. I'll see you all next time where, well, it may still be July or we may just be in harvest month. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Any questions or anything like that, feel free to, leave any input down there. And of course, subscribe, follow along for more, hit the notification bell. It really helps the channel. Comments, subscriptions, and etc. really helps the channel. And I appreciate all your views and everything such as that. Catch you guys next time. Be back on, well, no later than Monday with the next episode. Thanks a lot, guys.